really deep. As we always say in Mental Mondays, you have been there before. Um, and it's very, very personal.
Yes.
Why made you decide to go so personal and to open up yourself to the world? What would you like to say to your readers? Go.
Well, as the poetry just kind of started writing itself, I was in a very dark place. I was actually in a PTSD episode when I wrote this. Post traumatic stress disorder is something that occurs for people that have experienced trauma. And I, I wanted to express what it's like to be me and to be in a PTSD episode because a lot of times in my life I have chosen to smoke to handle PTSD. The cigarettes create a dopamine production in the brain, and dopamine creates a sense of pleasure and calm. So it was one of the very important reasons why I smoke. And I knew that I was exposing myself, but I really wanted to engender compassion. And a lot of people are very judgmental about smokers. And yet, many of us are smoking to deal with difficult life challenges and to get that dopamine production. And I wanted people to look at me when I was smoking a cigarette or some other person and wonder, what is it that they're medicating for? Why are they choosing to smoke? And to hold a place of compassion in their hearts instead of judgment.
Well, it's interesting, Doran, because as you know, or you may not know, I actually quit smoking for around 15 years, and I recently picked up smoking.
Mm.
And like you're saying, you have to have compassion towards smokers. So I think the reason I did it is because I wanted to feel as if I was part of the conversation with a smoker. And so for me, it was more of a I know where you're coming from. Look, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette with you. I want to level with you, not level with you, but I want
Connect.
to share what you're doing. I like to talk to you, and it feels more comfortable if you're smoking with a smoker as opposed to smoking with a non-smoker. I don't know if that has makes any sense to you, but
Absolutely.
to me, it was just natural just to start smoking again. And I, of course, I like to quit, um, even if the person will quit. So that's a little bit, I don't know. I have to internalize that somehow. But what would you tell people that are non-smokers that begin smoking or who are trying to quit smoking? What is some of the things that you recommend, or is your book does your book touch on any of those um, advices, or what is the advice?
In the last chapter of the book of the narrative, I do discuss a variety of quit smoking strategies. When I completed the book, I had the intention to refocus my life on quitting cigarettes. And, I just want to backtrack for a second. One of the poems in one of the chapters discusses that connection that people have when they're smoking a cigarette together. It has brought me to meet new people and to have conversations that I don't think I would have if we weren't hanging out and lighting up. So that's definitely a facet of smoking. Um,
And not only smoking cigarettes, but also marijuana.
right?
I think,
Drinking.
yeah, it's a social.
There's definitely a social factor, and a lot of people are social smokers. And in some ways, at one point, I had quit and then I started again for social reasons.
Mm.
So it's definitely one of the reasons people smoke. Right now, I am doing a series of YouTube videos chronicling my own journey to be smoke free. And I'm coming mostly from a behavioral perspective. A behavioral perspective starts with raising your consciousness and understanding why you smoke or why you have a behavior. And that was the point of my book, was to create compassion and understanding for myself as a smoker. And a lot of the videos are focused on first understanding why you smoke, where you smoke, the situations that cause you to want to smoke, and then creating replacement behaviors that are healthier. And there are so many, and each individual has to figure out what replacement behavior will work best for them. But in the social arena of smoking, you just maybe learn to hang out but not have a cigarette. I don't know.
I guess I'll have to read the book to find out
And check out the YouTube videos.
and check the YouTube videos.